has been so long. 50 years, actually, since my last stream. Wow, my microphone wants to be very loud. Good morning. How are you all doing this morning? Good morning, Gabrielle, Marshmallow, Aya-chan. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you for the lovely comment. Aya-chan, thank you. Welcome Dill Pickle, Jimmy, Izanagi, Alfonso, Mr. Salmon. Welcome, HP Tempest, Olive Oil, Mango Berry, Marcus Yu, Geo. Welcome everyone. What's up for us? I haven't seen you in 50 years. Welcome, Catagon. Welcome. What's for breakfast? Well, I just woke up about 4 minutes ago. I rolled out of bed 4 minutes ago. I've been waking up kind of late recently, and yeah. So I just got some water, and but the problem is, like, I've been waking up late. So last week I did not stream because I was like, oh no, I'm waking up late, I can't stream this late. But this week I have decided. Hold on, my mic is too loud. Let me fix that. Okay, here we go. I have decided that this week I'm going to stream twice. My mic is still too loud. Twice. I'm going to... Oh my goodness, what? Hello? Oh wow. It's weird. My mic goes from like super loud to super quiet in 2 seconds. Okay, can you still hear me? Or am I too quiet now? Okay. Good morning. Good morning again. Oh, now I feel like I'm too quiet. Hello? Okay. It's like... Okay. I guess I'm going to keep clipping. Okay. I'm going to do 2 streams this week. Yes. One today and one later at a mystery time that I haven't decided yet. Probably Friday for me, but that could be any day for you. Maybe a Thursday, maybe a Saturday. I don't know. Okay. Good morning, Jenga. Welcome. Bread ASMR. Bread. You know what? I have to make some bread. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Oh my... someone fixed my microphone. Okay, RS Circle, and welcome. Welcome, Crimson Fox and Gee. Oh god, I already said hello to Gabriel, but hello again. Yes. You look a bit tired there. How you going, Gabriel? Crimson Fox, how's it going? I'm going good. I am doing so great. Okay. Well, the other day, I was like, oh man, I want to put out something for my Ko-fi subscribers, and by extension, everyone else, I suppose. So I put out like a little merch pack thingy, and it's just like desktop icons, and well, it's not only desktop. I mean, you can use it throughout your whole computer. They're very cute. I'll show you. Anyway, I'm not prepared. Sorry everyone. I feel like I'm at a job interview and they're telling me to find my USB stick for like presenting something, but I have no idea where it is. Okay, I feel like I'm at customs and they've asked to see my passport, but I've lost it. Okay, oop! Oh, I'm a professional streamer. Hold on, I can get there. Check it out. Check out my cute. Check out my cute icons. That's for you. I did that one for you guys. There you go. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wow. We need a round of applause. Applause. Applause? Applause. Amazing. So creative. So great. Mega cute. Oh, thank you, Dill Pickle. Oh yeah, you guys are helping me out. Oh, olive oil, very cute. Yes. Mega ultra cute. I've been using these icons and I've organized all my folders. So I've got, like, for example, I wish you guys could see my cursor, but the bottom left folder, the one with the nyan patch on it, I use that for, like, my work in progress folders. And then the middle blue one I use for, like, work in progress but, like, not a priority. And then for the white one I used it's done. And then all these other icons I use to describe, like, oh, this is like my music folder, and like my picture folder, and like my video folder, and such and such and so on. And the top folders, I'm like, this is a bunch of crap. I mean, a bunch of stuff that yeah, etc. So there you go, guys. Actually, Static P gave me the idea of using folders like that, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's a genius. That's a genius move right there. So now I don't even have to read my folders. I'm like, oh, that picture means I need to work on it, so I'm gonna click on it and work on it. It's like magic. It's very cool. Very soon I will lose the ability to read, though. As a side effect of being so organized visually. So looking forward to that. Oh, okay. Anyway, welcome, Lucas R. Verma. You say, hi, cat. Flan, no, you don't have to buy them. Just message me and I'll give them to you because I love you so much. And you're one of my favorites. Don't tell anyone. Okay, Lucas says, hi, cat. Just want to say that if I didn't stumble upon your channel many years ago, I can with confidence say that I wouldn't be the artist I am today. Watching you draw inspired me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lucas. That is so wonderful. I feel so happy and thankful. Thank you so much. I'm excited that I helped you become the artist you are. Thank you. That's wonderful for you to say. Aw, cute. We're all so cute and lovely together. Yes, Flynn. We love you. You're so lovely. Where is my Flynn? My little Flynn. My child. I'm gonna forget to do it, so I'm trying to do it while I'm streaming. And it's not working out here. Oh, here you go, Flynn. That's probably it, maybe. Let me know if it doesn't work out for you. Okay. Anyway, yes, Flynn is a favorite of everyone's. Little Raindrop. Yeah, legendary song. I'm working on another song. Don't tell anyone. It's very, very cool. It's a big project. I am currently I'm gonna make a music video as well for it. So it's currently in the works, and I believe that I might be singing on it. But I have this thing where I try to sing and I break down in tears and then I run away like, oh no. Or like I try to sing and nothing comes out. Or I try to sing and I just get really nervous and have a breakdown. Anyway, I think I need to get over that fear. So I'm gonna sing you no, I can't sing, I'm sorry. I put myself on the spot there. I watched High School Musical the other day. Because, well, it's funny because I watched High School Musical 1, but that song, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on me, has been stuck in my head for like 2 weeks. Every single day, all day. It's been hellish, kind of awful. So I'm like, okay, maybe my brain just really needs to watch High School Musical. But I think I watched the wrong one. So, it's still in my head, unfortunately. But now I've got that other song. You know, I got that one in my head now. So, I don't know if that really helps. I think it made it worse watching the movie. Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, I knew all the dance moves, man. And I was like too old to watch it. I was like an older kid who was really into it. I played the movie so much that my parents took away the DVD and hid it. They took away my childhood. I wasn't done with that. They took away my childhood. How dare they? So rude. Yes. You hear that, Mom? That was rude. Anyway, she can't hear me. Reads the chat. Let's see. Have you heard of Yandere Simulator? I've like heard of it. I've never played it. I think I've seen someone else play it, like one time, like a million years ago. I think someone made like a 3D model of my character and put it in the game, like in their game. I have no idea. But I don't really know much about it. But I have been playing a game recently, and it's from the same creators as Baldur's Gate 3, and it's a game called Divinity Original Sin 2 or something. And yeah, that's the game I've been playing. And yeah, it's been fun and such. I kinda wanna play a cute game though. You know, I feel like I've played so many of those games where you have to end the people's lives. You know, and maybe they are zombies, and maybe they're skeletons and their souls are trapped, and they're asking you, please, my soul has been trapped here for 600 years. Can you please break the jar so that I can be free? You know, there have been times like that. But sometimes you're just killing a slug because, like, it attacked you, but it's a slug. So, I don't know. You can't really run away, because then when you come back, they're just gonna attack you again anyway. Cat. Hi, Sharon, welcome. Can you dance the chicken dance? Oh, man. Wow. I don't know the moves. I know the chicken part and the clapping, but I don't remember what comes before it. What about Attack on Titan? Yeah, I've seen, I think the first season, perhaps? And maybe a little of the second season. That was so many years ago. don't quite have an opinion on it. The animation was great. Yeah. And the story was depicted in an interesting and engaging way. There you go. Alpaca says my favorite One Piece character is Nami. Oh, cute. Yeah, she's pretty great. Wato says, what was the inspiration for your character? A really long time ago, like 50 years ago, I went through a very short-lived phase of being somewhat interested in the OG type fashion. I never wore it. I just was like, oh, that's interesting to look at. I might design a character based on that fashion. And I didn't really mean for it to become my main character. And I didn't mean for the colors to all be blue either. But it kind of just happened that way, and then I kind of very quickly fell out of being interested in that fashion kind of fashion thing, and then yeah, and that's it. And then I've been kind of changing the character design every drawing because I'm like, oh, Nyan should just wear different outfits. She's got an easily recognizable face. It's fine. People will know it's Nyan, even if she's wearing something crazy, like a chicken outfit. So, let me read in chat. Sharon says, where do you buy clothes? I've been trying to find brands that I like. I don't buy clothes. I get gifted clothes. I mostly just wear clothes people give me. And like, that's it. That's it. I can't remember the last time I bought clothing for myself. I bought myself some really nice shoes. Actually, I did buy myself one dress that I was like shopping with these two girls, and they're like, oh my goodness, you should buy this dress, and I'm like, and they're like, yeah, I'll buy it, and I'm like, okay. So I bought the dress. It was $1,000, and I I still cannot believe I spent that much money on a dress. Maybe it's good that I don't buy myself clothes. Oh my goodness. I've never it's like all the money I could have ever spent on clothing spent on one thing all at once. Yes. So don't let me go shopping with other people. It's a bad idea. So yeah, currently my wardrobe is made up of 99.99% of things other people have gotten for me, and then that dress. So yeah. It's not even like I like the dress. I don't even like it that much. I don't even like it. Well, I was under the impression it was like used for a ceremony, like a ceremonial kind of wedding type dress. But I was under the impression that I wouldn't be purchasing it on my own, that other people would chip in as they said they would, but they never did. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm keeping this. Do you like the stuff you were gifted? I just kind of, it's not really like a gift necessarily. It's kind of just like, here you go, this is like the stuff I used to wear, or like, here you go, this doesn't fit me, or here I go, I saw this and I thought you might like it, or I would like to see that on you, kind of thing. But I haven't gone shopping enough and tried enough things. It's just so hard. The reason why people give me stuff is because whenever I go shopping, I don't like anything. I never want to buy anything. And when I try stuff on, I'm like, I don't need this. I don't need this. So, yeah, very much so. It's always, I don't need this, or, it doesn't look that great. Like, if I want to buy something, I have to be, like, in love with it. You know? Like, I need it. But I feel like I'm at confessional. Anyway. My goodness, sorry about my throat. It's I recently found out I have this thing called GERD, like acid reflux, but I'm also found out that I'm having a constant allergic reaction to something. So I don't know what it is. So my throat and my esophageal tube have burns all down it. And apparently you're supposed to know if you have acid reflux, but I did not know. So I spent many years collecting up my acids all up in my throat, and now now it's all ruined with burns and such, and that's why every time I eat food, it's like ow, 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 ow. So I did get checked out. I'm currently being medicated, and my whole life I wasn't able to swallow pills. So, did you drink warm water? No. So my whole life I've been unable to swallow pills. I know, and my whole life I thought it was a mental thing, but it wasn't a mental thing. It was I was just doing it wrong. So I've been given these huge pills. Well, they're huge for me. And they're like, okay, you need to eat this to fix your acid reflux or whatever. Well, not only that, but to medicate like your burns and such, and to fix if you have any whatever those stomach stuff. So any stomach problems, it'll fix it, right? So I'm like, okay. So the day one, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and swallow this pill. Day one, I swallowed it, and I was like, oh my goodness. And okay, I was like, okay. And then day two, I swallowed it, and I was like, oh wow, I can actually do this. And then day three, I like choked on it, and I was like, ugh. And I'm like, I can't eat that. And then day four, I swallowed it again, and literally, I was good for like a whole 2 weeks, I think. And then the other day, I literally inhaled it down into like my breathing tube, and I was like, what? Like throwing it up, and it was horrific actually. I didn't know I could make those noises, and then I was like, and then I kind of like went. It was really sad, and then I went to bed. But and then the next day I was like, okay, I'm not gonna let that get me down. And so I swallowed it the next day, and I was like really proud of myself. So yeah. HB Temper says, bruh, I have that. Also, scar tissue built up in my throat. Doctor says I might have to get my throat stretched. I'm just ignoring the problem for now. Yeah, if my doctor told me that, I'd probably ignore the problem too. I'd probably be like, that's nice. Okay, anyway, so let's talk about the weather or something. Oh, goodness. Well, yeah. Is that why you always wear your mask? No, I didn't know. I found out I had acid reflux till recently. And I don't know if I'm eating something I'm allergic to, and then getting acid reflux from that, or if I'm just getting acid reflux from existing. I still have to find out what I'm allergic to. It might just be the mold in our house. I have no idea. Yeah. Pinbreaker says, I took my allergy pills because I'm allergic to pollen, even though spring is going to end. I miss my sakura tree. Aww. Yeah, sakura trees are so pretty. I totally get that. Blah, 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 blah. Ooh, I got 2 big bags of lavender and peppermint. I'm going to make some sleep aid potpourri. Interesting. I love tea. I drink tea. Well, I used to drink tea a lot more often than I do now, but yeah. Nyansai doesn't seem to be good with her money. I think I'm pretty good with it. I don't spend it. Like, I pretty much don't buy anything except for that one dress that I bought that I was like, it was a wedding dress, guys. Okay, I made it sound like it was just a dress. It was a wedding dress. Okay, so it's understandable, you know. Anyway, I had to buy a dress. I had to buy one. But yeah, it was a bit expensive. I'll admit it. But other than that one thing that happened, I'm pretty good with money, I think. I don't really spend it. I just kind of let it pile up in a corner. Yeah. Hey. 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 I'm very good. I'm good. Okay. Flan says, I wish I had some pretty dresses, but I always get too lazy to go shopping for some. Yeah, I've never gone shopping by myself. I've never left the house by myself to go shopping. Actually, I've never gone anywhere by myself. I've never gone anywhere by myself. Jeez. Oh, well, that's not true. That one time I went. That one time I did. Wow, that one time I did, hey. But I didn't go shopping, so. Anyway. Man, I hope I don't have scar tissue built up in my throat. Oh, shit. You can call me Pin, Yan. Pinbreaker 09 sounds long, even though it sounds pretty cool. But there's some little story behind the name. I like that you think your name is cool. That's cool. I mean, it is a cool name. What's my opinion on Amber Heard? I don't know Amber Heard personally, and I don't really know much about her. All I know is that she was like in a lawsuit or something, or in a divorce or something, or she was like abusive or something. But like, I don't know. I don't have an opinion. I didn't hear enough, and I don't really care to hear enough either. You know what I mean? I feel like it's really hard for me to make judgments on people when I only hear one thing about them, or I hear like, for example, if you were to hear, oh, nyansai spent $1,000 on a dress, you'd be like, oh wow, nyansai's bad with money. But like, I never bought anything ever for myself, so, besides that one thing, so it turns out I'm not so bad. HB Tempest says, I was recently gifted a belt that cost $1,000. My friend gave it to me when he had moved away. Wow, fancy schmancy belt. I hope you look very cool in that belt. Okay. What about Johnny Depp? Yeah, I don't know anything. Sorry. You're really good at bowling? That's great. I'm happy that you are. I've gone bowling quite a few times and I've missed a lot of shots. Yes. Do you think you have fashion? I think everyone kind of has their own taste in fashion. Whether the other people like it or not is completely subjective. And I kind of like my style. Um, I kind of do wish that I did buy a few more of my own clothes though, because it's very hard. It's difficult to put together outfits when you're like, I wouldn't buy this for myself, you know? So, but sometimes you think, whoa, I wouldn't buy this for myself, but hey, this looks pretty good. um, was GERD the thing you had when you got really sick a few years back? No. No, I just found out I had GERD recently. No, I was horribly sick. Yeah, it was really gross. Really bad. I had such a severe infection that, I was like on the verge of necrosis. It was disgusting. Because, well, I don't want to get into it. Anyway, I was not doing so good for years too, so. What's your opinion on autism? I don't know enough on autism. Generally, when people ask me my opinion on things, I usually say I don't know enough because I don't. And from the very little I know, I don't feel comfortable with forming an opinion or forming, or picking a side or whatever because I don't really know enough about, enough. Enough about enough. Yeah. Reads the chat. Let's go bowling one day, Nyan. We can play on a lane together. Don't feel bad if you miss the pins. No, I have fun even if I miss every shot. Even if I don't win the game, I'm quite content. I think I when I go bowling, I more so go to be around people and enjoy other people's presence rather than the game itself. Because I am not quite too good at the game, so not that it's not enjoyable, it is. But the people make it enjoyable. Hey, honey, thank you. You're the best. You're the bestest ever. Thank you. My hubby just bought me a coffee. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. I am rich in coffee. What's your best memory or fond memory? I feel like I'm deflecting so much, but I don't really reflect on the past at all ever. And so I have a horrible memory because I'm not consistently invoking memories. I'm not calling my brain to remember anything. So I have a very bad memory. Yeah, I'm like trying to remember something. It's like a favorite memory. I don't know. What's your opinion on opinions? I think opinions are great. I guess. I don't know. Opinions are opinions. But, maybe I don't have an opinion. I think opinions are important to have. There you go. Sometimes. Maybe not in every case scenario. Yeah. Sorry you were sick, but I'm glad you're doing okay. Thank you so much. I am doing great. Silver Fox, hey Nyan, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Isn't coffee bad for GERD? Well, yeah, it is meant to be, but I don't really feel... I could be getting GERD from an allergic reaction, so I could be eating something I'm allergic to, and that could be inflicting GERD upon me. I'm honestly not sure what's causing it, but coffee doesn't seem to affect it And also the coffee beans I use are used once already, so all the acidity has been, well, most of the acidity has been taken out of the bean by the time I get to it, if that makes sense. So I'm not using very acidic beans for my coffee, and it's a very weak, very weak coffee. You probably can't even taste the coffee, it's so weak. Yeah. It's like it's mostly milk. How did you get good at English? Well, I was born in an English speaking country. I grew up speaking English, so if anything, I think my English has deteriorated over time. I think I was better at speaking English, or just speaking in general, when I was a child. But since then, I have not exercised my speaking enough, I think. So I've you don't use it, you lose it, as they say. Reads the chat. Whenever I reflect on the pause pain, yeah, I'm kind of like that too a little bit, because I don't put in effort to remember the good things, but like your brain wants to remember bad things, so that it kind of does it as a learning mechanism. So it's like trying to figure out, okay, this happened in the past, how do I fix that, even if it had nothing to do with you? Yeah, I get that. I think it's a survival mechanism thing. Substar says, "Hey cat, it's been a while since I caught the last stream. I hope you're doing fine." Yeah, I'm doing great, thank you. How are you doing? I'm super happy and great. Pinbreaker09 says, "Oh, Nyan, can you speak Japanese somewhat?" Okay, so I lived in Japan for 8 years, and I never left the house, and I never interacted with any Japanese people. So no, I cannot speak Japanese. I can understand it to some degree. And if I tried, maybe I could speak, but I was heavily discouraged to speak Japanese, so I didn't. I didn't. There you go. Wait, what? I thought you were born in Japan. No, I never said I was born in Japan. I'm not a Japanese. There you go. I'm not a Japanese, but I did live in Japan for almost a decade. Bratz the series. Bratz is the series. Oh. Hello, Dill. Oh, yes. Aw, you guys are talking. Cute. I like when you guys talk to each other. How did you meet your hubby? I met him through a mutual friend a really long time ago online, maybe 8 years ago. And then we kind of lost contact. Then we recently, as of last year, no, the year before last year, got back into contact. And then we're just like, oh my goodness, we're like, to each other, we're like, you're pretty cool, I like you, let's get married. Essentially, that's kind of what happened. And then that kind of happened. Long story short, there you go. I find speaking and writing a lot harder than listening and reading. I feel the same way, kinda. I find speaking and writing, yeah, very difficult. Whenever I get a message that I have to reply to, I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh no, now I have to think for like 20 minutes what to say. And I spend like 20 minutes trying to type out like a response to like, hi. Hi. They're like, how are you? I'm like, oh no, what do I say? How am I, in what way? Yeah. Let's read. Oh, I figured you used to live in Japan. Yeah. I can relate to the deterioration of language. The more English I learn, the worse I get at my main language. Yeah, I feel that. Last time I watched some of the videos you collaborate. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Cool. Opinion on flamingos. Flamingos are pink because they eat shrimp. That's what I heard, like when I was a little kid, and I don't know if that's true. So, and they're big birds. I don't know if they can fly, because a lot of big birds can't. But I'd like to find out. I don't really know much about flamingos, but they look pretty cool. I suppose that's an opinion. Olive Oil says, I want to get married like that. Yeah, make sure the person you get married to is like, the one. The one and only, and they treat you really good. Because yeah, there are a lot of bad people in the world. Well, not bad people, I don't like saying bad people, but people who make bad decisions. So you wanna go out there and marry someone who makes good decisions and chooses the right choice. Most of the time, at least. So, yeah. I think that's what Ryan does. He chooses the good decision, the good thing to do most of the time. So, yeah. He treats me very well. And I'm very pleased. Thank you. He just made me a parfait. Isn't he the best hubby ever? You're the best hubby ever.
Oh, thank you.
Everyone else should be jealous. Just kidding.
Oh, you're the best wifey ever.
I hope everyone finds the best hubby or best wifey and or no, not and or.
Just and?
No, just or. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Well, I said I hope people find the best hubby or wifey, but then I said and or.
Oh, I see.
I don't know if I believe in the.
Well, I hope if they're okay. Here's the thing. I hope they find the best hubby and wifey because
inside
themselves they can find the other.
Yeah. Or whatever. Yeah.
I hope that they can be. It's so rewarding.
And so okay.
You know, you always go to your way for me. You know.
Yeah.
Go your way for you, and
it feels good.
Yeah, it feels good. It trains you to be a good person, which makes you happier. And
yeah.
That's what I feel.
It feels good to help you and make you coffee and see you happily drinking your little coffee is good. Oh, hi Static, you're mega cool, says Dill Pickle.
Dill Pickle.
Yeah.
I am Dill Pickle's biggest fan. I don't know if anybody knows this, but Dill Pickle, amazing.
Amazing. I hope you and Ryan get married someday too. We are married. We got married like so fast. Well, actually, marriage kind of took a while. It kind of took a while, but we decided to get married pretty fast.
Yeah, the Australian marriage system takes a while.
HP Tempest says, so basically what happened was Static P waltzed in, hair flowing in the wind, with the sunrise at his back, and stole her heart. I think you won my heart. More than stole it. You kind of won it. Because I was at a point, I was like, ain't no way I'm getting into a relationship ever.
That's true.
At that time, I was like, I'm never gonna marry anyone. And I had this mentality ever since I was a little kid. Ever since I was a little kid, I was like, I'm never gonna marry anyone. Never getting into a relationship. Romance disgusts me. I think it's gross. And I hate it. And, I don't know. But then Ryan came along and I was like, dang. I was like, at first I was like, nah, but then I was like, wait a second. I was like, maybe I should get off my high horse and realize that it would be so stupid to let him go. Yeah.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we have a lot of talks.
Yeah.
It's interesting because, yeah, you believe fully that you're aromantic. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Or is it?
I'm not sure.
Whatever
I don't
it's
really
called.
have like
I don't know. I know you didn't title it yourself. You weren't titling yourself. Just what other people would.
Well, I had shown no romantic or any kind of interest in anyone my whole life. You know? Not at all. Until I met you. Aww.
Aww, I love you.
Coat. Love you too. Celeste is like, I just tuned in what? We're being almost over here, I guess. Flan says hello.
Alfonso says hello.
Yeah, Flan.
Oh, Flan.
Yeah.
Hi, Flan.
Our child.
Hi, Flan. A little child. Apparently. I'm gonna message Flan.
Wato says, I feel like I make girls uncomfortable. I will be forever alone.
Who says this?
Wato. You need to give him advice. Treat girls like you treat everyone else.
Yeah, do you want some counseling?
Don't like treat every girl as an opportunity to date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And definitely keep in mind that it is their choice to date you. So don't go around thinking or piling up this feeling of like, oh, I wish they would date me or whatever, or I'm doing this so that they like me or whatever. No. Don't go around thinking those things. Why not? Happy, can you assist these people here? Because you will view them as only that, and that's why they'll be like, ooh. They'll think it's like
so
really
many
off-putting.
reasons. Let's start with number one. You. You're number one. Okay? In this scenario. If someone is to get in a relationship with you, I want them to like you for who you are. And I want them to like you at your best. Because then they'll encourage you to keep being your best, right? That's super important. And I would not want for you ever to fall in love or to be with someone who
Doesn't love you.
who loves you for who they think you are because you did all these things to get their attention, and who doesn't encourage you to be you, who you are, which is, the best part of you is that you get to be you and no one else is going to be. So when you treat anybody in this world with a sense of love that is like friendship, right? I mean, when you are someone's friend, there is a sense of love. To love is to desire the best for them, right? I'm just going to define it that way. If you love someone, you desire the best for them, right? So when you're looking at a girl, you look at them and you say, I want the very best for them. That doesn't mean that the best is you. You just look at them and say, what's the best version of them that I can help encourage them to become, right? And if you do that, you will make a lot of friends. And you won't have to worry about whether they're going to be your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. You're just going to be there being a good person, good friend. Then, at some point, someone is going to come along that likes you in a romantic way for you being you. And that's going to be the best. That's going to be so good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much more to say about the topic.
A lot of people.
But this isn't Don't Worry Wednesday.
a lot of people get stuck in relationships because they're kind of so desperate for to be with someone,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then they finally get to be with someone, yeah, that kind of just deals with them, or
Yeah.
and like you shouldn't be with someone who just deals with you. That's just awful, you know.
Horrible.
You should be with someone who loves you and appreciates you. Anyway, this person says that they don't really struggle with dating. They struggle with making friends with girls specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really good with friendships.
Yeah, stop. I would say just don't try to impress people.
Be yourself.
Here's the thing. If you want, I'll give you the ticket. It doesn't matter how you look to other people. What matters is how they look to themselves when you're around them.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you make people think that they look good,
yeah, make people feel good.
if you make people feel good, generally they're going to want to be around you more because they're going to want that
It
more.
feeds their ego.
It feeds their ego, yeah. That's true. But it's not a matter of like trying to manipulate them.
No.
Because what the reality of that is you're just being a good, kind, loving person. And people like that. People are attracted to that.
Try to seek out the good in people and bring it to light, bring it to their attention.
Mm-hmm.
Say, hey, you're really good at that. Or
So, yeah, if you look at someone and you notice a really interesting quality about them, even if it's something like, oh, other people have that too, but you can tell that they work on it, or it's something that they had interest in at some point, or whatever, you just kind of go up to them and be like, hey, I just want to let you know I was thinking about this, and, you know, you really amaze me in the way that you handled that situation just now. I saw the way that you dealt with that stress, and I was like, wow, I wish I could deal with stress that good.
yeah.
And if you say like you wish blah 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 about them, it humbles you. It makes you not look like you're trying to show off, and it makes it feel genuine for them. And they're gonna probably want to turn around and uplift you because you.
I don't like when people say, I wish I was as good as drawing than as you.
I think that's different.
Okay.
I mean.
I don't like when people put themselves down.
Oh sure. I mean something virtuous, not necessarily something talented.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that about something that they're talented in, but I would say it's something that they're virtuous in. That's a good point, sweetheart. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't, other people are like, oh, you're so good at music, I wish I was that good in that. Yeah.
It's
not
not
that good of a
Brian.
compliment.
It's Ryan, not Brian.
The B is for brains.
Brains. Big brain Ryan.
That's why it's two B's. But Brian. Wait, no, that's three. Oops. No, now I'm back down to one brain. Small brain Ryan. Yeah, you don't have to say you wish you could be like them, but yeah, if you struggle making friends, and you want to make friends, you're gonna have to get outside your comfort zone. You're gonna have to approach them.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's gonna just randomly approach you that often. So
Yeah.
if you see someone that you're attracted to because they seem like a good person, or you're just impressed by them, the way that they handle things, or whatever it is, tell them. Be their friend.
I would say be really aware of what you find attractive in someone else, romantic or not.
Yeah.
Be really aware of that and really dig down deep into yourself and think, is that a good thing? Should I be attracted to that? You know what I mean? Like maybe you're attracted to rule breakers, or maybe you're attracted to someone because they don't ask you questions or something, but if someone doesn't ask you questions, maybe they don't care about you, and such. So make sure that the people you're attracted to, you're attracted to their good qualities and not their bad qualities. And I think that would be a good. And especially if you think someone's too good for you, oh yeah, you want to hang around that person.
That's a
for
perfect
sure.
statement.
For sure. If you see that one good person and they're like way too good, and you're like, man, this person's way too good, and they're way too good for me, or they're too nice or whatever,
That's the person you want to hang out with, because you want to figure out, don't try to figure out, okay, but what are they hiding? Don't be like that.
Yeah.
Just try to figure out what's, their mindset, I suppose, and try to view the world in a more positive light, and you will be more happy.
Yeah, I really like that, what you just said a lot. I think
Even if it makes you uncomfortable. Yeah,
if you see something that's too good for you, that's your...
Take it out.
In some way, your conscience is telling you that's the person you need to aspire to be around. Because a lot of times, the things that we're afraid of are the things that we know are going to be hard, but improve us the most, or make us the most happy.
Yeah, sometimes people are attracted to bad people, and they get into a bad relationship with bad people because they make bad choices, and they're attracted to bad things because sometimes people are very put off by good people because they believe that they're hiding something, or they're not familiar enough with it, so they're like, what are you trying to get out of me? Why are you being so nice? Kind of thing. You know what I mean? But sometimes people just be nice. So
yeah, like flan, dill pickle.
Yeah, like flan.
Actually, a lot of you guys know that you are actually genuinely just nice. But I'll tell you, there are a lot of people in the world who cannot fathom a world where people are being nice out of the kindness of their heart.
Nice, yeah.
Because all this they've ever seen from themselves, and all this that they've ever seen from their parents or from their friends, etc., is everything is entirely self-motivated to their own cause, almost at any ends. If it hurts someone else, it's okay. Yeah. That's the only life they've ever lived. That's what they've experienced.
And
so
that's why you get generational, like generational problems, because you grow up neglected, or you grow up abused, or with a narcissistic parent, or whatever, and you can't help but feel comfortable with that, even though you hate it or whatever. You feel comfortable, it's familiar, and then you grow up and you seek out those people whether you're aware of it or not, and then you get into those kind of horrible relationships, and then you have kids, and then your kids now have a father or a mother who's narcissistic or awful, and then they grow up with that. So you need to go out of your comfort zone and find the nice people in the world, even if they make you uncomfortable. You're like, okay. Try to find genuinely good people that make good decisions. And I'm not talking about people who are fake nice, but it's really hard to differentiate. Differentiate.
You got it.
It's hard to differentiate if you're not familiar.
That's true.
With the good people. Like, if you're not familiar with good choices and good decisions, and people making good choices and good decisions, it's going to be really difficult for you to figure out who's a good person and who's not, and what you think is good and what is actually good, or whatever. But it's a learning lesson, and don't give up.
Well said.
Thumbs up. Hi, Diana. We love you. Whoa, just stop being friends. Friends suck. That's not true. Or maybe your friends suck. because they don't like you in the way that you want to be liked, maybe. But I think friends are really great if you find, the right people to be around. People who genuinely care about you. And the hard part is genuinely caring about them back. If you've grown up in that kind of awful generational trauma kind of situation, definitely a difficult thing is caring back, and caring the right way. Yeah. It's gonna be hard. I believe in you. Okay. says, I would say do not rush in if you want to love someone, or it will make the other person uncomfortable. Like, be friends for a while. And I say about 5-6 months before asking the person out. Okay.
Fair rules.
Yeah. I kind of get that. Yeah. Jill Pickle says, I used to always try to impress people just to get friends, but that later made me feel more like crap because I wasn't really being myself. Now I'm being myself in every way I can. Yeah, I remember, this is kind of nothing to do with friends, but it does have something to do with being yourself. I remember when I first started YouTube back in 2012 or whenever it was, maybe in 2011, I made a channel and I was like, okay, I want to be successful. I want to be successful on YouTube. So I was like trying to do what all those other successful YouTubers are doing, and even down to the personality. Like, I was just trying to be loud.
Oh my gosh, that's so hard for you.
Yeah. I was trying to be really loud and like open, complete opposite, and like yeah, and it really messed with me after a while of doing it, because I was like confused with who I was, and it just made me feel super down about that. So it made me really confused. Yeah. And then it made it really hard to stop, because like at that point I'd grown a bit, and then it's really hard to change once because you've developed habits.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? You can't really just, and if you do it enough where you're like, you don't even know who you are anymore, it's kind of hard to even figure out, am I being myself? You know what I mean? But I feel like I've very well past that. I feel like I'm being myself much more, more and more every day. So that's nice. Yeah. Yep. That's pretty cool. Why is my son? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I need to keep them by my computer.
That's right.
Read the chat. I wish I could go to your weeding.
Oh, weed.
Weeding.
Weed. I'm just weeding.
Thankfully, I don't plant into the ground, so I don't need to weed.
That's right. Everything's in a solution. Water.
Everything's in a water solution. I love that. Our basil plants are out of control.
I've never in my life seen a basil plant that looks like a tree.
Yes. Our basil plants look like little trees.
It's insane.
Yeah. It's like the size of my arm. Okay, half my arm.
It has these leaves on it that are
massive.
Yeah.
Like the size of my finger. But like 3 fingers.
Yeah.
It's like that big.
If you put it on a sandwich, let's say.
Yeah. It'll cover like a third of the bread, or a half.
Yeah. Half to a third of the bread. It's a huge leaf.
Yeah. Wifey's been going at it. Basil. We can make like 50 yards of pesto.
50 yards? Is that what you said? Oh no, you said jars. Well, I guess if you want to paint the ground green, you can use pesto, but...
And cover up the weeds.
I don't need grass, I just got pesto. Feels better to walk on. Nice and... Yeah, wow.
What was in the parfait? Cooked blueberries, granola, and vanilla yogurt. If we had cinnamon, then cinnamon would be in it.
Yeah, I put a little bit of nutmeg instead.
Nutmeg and vanilla extract.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very yummy. Your kindness should be conditional. Be kind. not with expectations, says HP Tempest. Yeah, that's really important. A lot of people are kind and they're like, they get upset when people are not kind back.
Yeah.
And I get it. But yeah, shouldn't expect people to be kind back. And if you're being consistently kind to someone who's not being kind back, and I don't mean like an eye for an eye, I don't mean like they're giving you back exactly what you gave them, I mean like they're just not nice, they're just like nasty, then maybe, I'm not saying you shouldn't be kind to them, but maybe you should interact with them a bit less. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot that could be said about that. But I'll say a short way to say this is there's something called tough love. And if you want to be kind and love on people, sometimes you have to recognize that you don't want to support their behaviors because you're supporting bad habits and you're allowing them or encouraging them in some way to be a bad person. So you kind of want to give them a little bit of tough love sometimes, which might mean just leaving, removing yourself, but it also might mean giving them a little bit of a scolding. It's like, hey, I'm trying to be your friend here, and you're doing this to me. It's very rude.
I think it's super important to tell people off sometimes, because they might not even realize it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Might not recognize.
Yeah, and they might appreciate that you told them that they're being nasty.
I know many people who have encountered that scenario and they decided that they wanted to do the right thing, which is to stand up for themselves and tell the other person that what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
And then because they did that, they made a stronger relationship than ever with that person, and that person began to become a better person.
But then it can go sideways when the person that's making the critiques is only pointing out the wrong.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why it's like once in a great while thing. When
yeah, if you have a friend that's like, quote unquote, helping you by pointing out what's wrong with you, but they're only pointing out what's wrong with you, ooh, that's a bad one. You don't want that one. Yeah. I'm
sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You're not, sweetheart. You're great. Yeah.
I know. I know you're not talking about me.
I know, but they might think that you're talking about yourself.
No. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I read something recently that said authoritative parenting is the best style of parenting out of like the 4 types, which is authoritarian, authoritative, neglectful, and some other, I think it's like when you're passive, I think, just letting them do whatever kind of thing. But that's neglectful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like 4 times. I wasn't really paying attention that much. But authoritative is like loving your kid and hugging them and like showing them love, but also like telling them off as well.
Yeah, that was my mom.
Yeah.
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 My mom was strict,
They're
but
like,
incredibly
hey,
loving.
you did this wrong. Why? And then they try to explain to you so you understand. This is why, or they ask, do you understand why? And then the kid tells them. And they're like, okay, good. Give me a hug. Or, no, they ask for a hug. Like, hey, can I have a hug? Because you want to give the kid autonomy. Yeah. You don't want to be like, give me a hug, child. I guess.
I don't know.
That's what I saw.
Yeah.
In like literally 10 minutes. I'm not a parent. I don't know anything about parenting. But it's just related to giving people love but telling them off once in a while. Yeah, if they're doing something wrong, It also builds trust as well. Because I think people struggle with, someone being nice all the time, for example, never pointing out what's wrong with them, kind of thing. So.
Yeah, I think that's a very common struggle. People are people pleasers, and they don't want to do anything that will cause disharmony. Right? They don't want to disrupt. They don't want to hurt anybody. Like, that'd be the worst thing ever to hurt somebody, you know. And that is an understandable position, but it will get you into a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah, with yourself as well, and with other people.
With yourself and with other people. If you don't, if you allow people to walk on you, you're rewarding them for bad behavior.
Yep.
Which will only make them walk
do it
on more people.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Do mankind a favor and tell them off.
A kind favor, that's right. And then punch him in the face. No, just
yeah, well, it's kind of difficult because it's difficult to think of yourself as a role model or example, because whatever you do with, like, whatever kind of interaction you have with someone, subconsciously they will kind of remember that. So if you positively, like, reinforce someone, they're gonna do it more. Or if you negatively reinforce someone, they're gonna do it less. I mean, not all the time. It's not 100% of the time. So, like, if you're getting kind of knocked around by someone, and they do have a conscience, and they do have, like, some kind of empathy inside them, and you tell them off, they'll be like, oh, I didn't realize I was doing that, or whatever. Or maybe they did, I don't know. And they will kind of do it less. But if you're dealing with someone who doesn't have a conscience and doesn't have empathy, then it's good. It doesn't matter how many times you tell them off, they'll just blame you for it.
Yeah, they say they'll point it back at you and say how you're a bad person.
Yeah, they'll be like, actually, you're the problem. But anyway. Motivation Monday. Cool. Wato says, I've always been attracted to people that are dangerous and narcissistic. Yeah, that's awful. I'm sorry. It's gonna be really hard for you to get out of that comfort zone. And I know it's not exactly comfortable. Comfort zone is such a bad way of describing it. Because, like, you're not happy about it, right? You know?
Right.
But it is familiar. I guess familiar is a better word. You gotta get out of your familiarity zone and try to, talk to everyone, I guess. As many people as possible. Bless you, sweet hun. Sweet hun. Sweet hun. Bless you, sweet hun.
Yeah. That's like when I was... There was a couple of months there where I had to stop myself many times from calling you cute heart.
Cute heart.
Cute heart. Sweet hun.
Pinbreaker says, my parents always tell me to focus on myself instead of romance until I am able to find a job. It's kind of sad, but okay, I know it's important. Okay, well, I can see how maybe someone traditional would think, you need to have money before you have wife and kids. Get that kind of in that order, I suppose. Yeah. I don't have an opinion on that. I don't know. I could kind of see. Yeah. Okay. But more than money, I think love is more important. Money is important, but love's important. You can't just be solely focused on money your whole life. Well, money, we don't live from money. I mean, some people do, and that's a mistake, I think. Your entire, existence is purely on making money, seeing how much money you can make. Nah.
Yeah.
And most of your time is spending making money? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Manatherin says, I think I find those unhealthy people more easy to be around. Yeah, absolutely. It's because you're familiar with it. I agree. But it's kind of not easier at the same time, because it's like, I think once you experience having a genuinely good and loving person in your life, then you'll look at your other relationships and be like, whoa, what am I doing? What is this? What is this awful? What is this? This is not a relationship. I experienced that
we had a
multiple
long
times.
talk recently about I mean, it's more than just what's comfortable or familiar too. It's
of course.
And it's interesting how one of the things might be something like you don't feel judged by them, or rather, because you know that they're not so great of people, you don't feel like you have to judge yourself.
As in judge the bad things.
Yeah, judge the bad things about yourself, because it's like, well, these other people around me are doing this as well. Or these other people around me are doing worse things.
Yeah, if you're surrounded by bad people, then they're not going to judge your bad choices.
Yeah. And so it's a lot easier.
If anything, they'll encourage you.
Yeah, for sure. And then you don't ever have to face your conscience and and you don't ever have to be in that position, because you do. You struggle with your everyday life, especially when you get a silent moment. But like, we as human beings hate to contradict ourselves. We can't be in a state of dissonance, they call it, where you know what you've done and you know that you're not okay with it and you know that you can't change it, and so you have to either justify it and say what I did was okay because XYZ, or you have to come to terms with the fact that you're a terrible person. And that one's a lot harder to do, but if you can do that one, you can at least move forward and start to be a better person. Yeah, and that's
yeah,
there's all sorts of reasons, and so I'm not saying that that's your case,
yeah,
right? I'm just saying there's a lot of different reasons that one might want to hang out with people that are not so good to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with that. It's harder to be around good people because you know that they're judging you. If you do something wrong, you know they're judging you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
but not every good person is judging you.
Yeah, I know. But
and that's
like,
the thing. We look at people who are good people and be like, oh, they just judge everybody. That's not as good as them. That's why.
Yeah.
And it's like, and they're not so great themselves. But then you get to know someone that's actually good, and you're like, you know what? They don't even do that.
But if I kicked a dog, you'd be like, yeah. You'd be like, what?
Why would you do that?
I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, because, well, I'm like naturally inclined to be good, but I'm more naturally inclined to be good because of you, because I have good people around me, right? Because like, you want to kind of set a good example, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Kick a dog, that's so awful.
It is horrible and awful.
Yeah. Some people do that. It's awful.
If you kicked a dog, I would immediately pull you to the side and say, are you okay? What is going on? That is so unlike you.
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
Yeah. But you'd tell me off. You'd be like, what? Come on. You should tell me off for that. I would tell myself off.
I don't even need to tell you off for that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I know. That's true. Well, if a kid did that, you would tell them.
Oh,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
If a kid did, yeah, for sure.
Because you would be worried that they don't know better. Yeah. Anyway. Sometimes it's good to be told off. Sometimes, not all the time. 'Cause some people just tell you off because they just don't like you. And they just want to be rude and nasty. So complicated. You have to like sit there and decipher, is this person trying to... Yeah. You don't want to try and figure out if they're trying to help you, because in their mind, they might be trying to help you, but they're actually terrible. You know what I mean? So you have to kind of decipher, are they guiding me to make good decisions, the right decisions, you know? Or are they kind of like being a little, what's the word? Overbearing? I don't know if that's the right word.
Maniacal.
Demanding? Being a little too unreasonable, I suppose. Yeah, it's hard to make
There are genuinely people who who are up on their high horse about how they're really good people and other people are terrible.
Yes.
And I would suggest that that person's not humble enough to be a good person, because humility is required for growth. You have to recognize your own faults before you can change your faults.
Mm-hmm.
So that person is just confused.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there are people like that. I have friends from my youth that because they met someone like that, they assumed all good people were like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, it wasn't even just good people. It was people who are religious, for example. Like, religious people are just super judgmental and blah, 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 because they met someone that was like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I haven't met a bad religious person, but I've definitely seen them, like, in media and such. You know? I bet it's the same with every religion and everybody.
Religious or not, there's bad apples.
Yeah, definitely. And it's hard because people label people by their beliefs or whatever, right? Oh, goodness.
Pinbreaker wants to know how you're such a good singer and how do you improve your vocals.
I think they're asking you that.
Oh, they did, but
I wouldn't know. I mean, I would say, as someone who doesn't know anything about singing, I would say that probably the first step to get good at singing is to go in with the intention and sing with the intention of improving. You know?
True.
And sing, like, specifically try to listen to yourself, try to figure out what's off, try to learn from videos or a mentor or something, or, you know. Yeah. Try to critique yourself constructively and in an encouraging way as well. I think encouragement is really important when it comes to learning and improving, because improving is probably one of the most difficult things to do in terms of being skilled at something, because you can very easily just sing and never get better. So easily. Just because you sing for 10,000 hours does not mean you're going to get better at singing.
It requires discipline. Self-discipline.
Well, more, discipline, but also awareness. You know,
for sure.
And again, intention to improve. Because if you have no intention to improve, it's gonna be like writing. Like, I mean, your penmanship. Because when you're a kid, from like 1st to 6th grade, you're taught to like intentionally improve your handwriting. So you go from like these backwards letters and like big letters to like something people can read, and then after that point you are not taught to improve anymore. You're just like, okay, now you can write. You're good. So people don't take it upon themselves to improve their penmanship even further, even though they've been writing for years and their whole entire decades. You know, they're not getting any better at writing.
Example.
Their writing's not getting any clearer. Yeah.
When I was 19, I took it upon myself to actually improve my penmanship, but it was only the letter lowercase a. Because I was like, man, my lowercase a is so much uglier than everybody else's lowercase a's. And so I was like, I'm going to get better at this one letter. And I did.
Amazing. See, but that's the thing. It's like, you have to kind of realize you suck.
Yeah.
And that's hard. And it can be discouraging if you know you suck. Which is why you need to be encouraging. You need to be like, yes, I suck at this, but if I keep on trying to improve, I will eventually get better. Like, I will suck less.
Yeah.
So, or I'll realize I suck at something else, because I'll get so good that I fix that problem, and then your mind will be even more focused on the critiques, and you'll be like, wait, that thing is a little bit off, and then you'll notice that.
It can be fun.
Yeah, it can be fun. You have to train yourself to like enjoy getting better and enjoy finding things you suck at. I know that's hard, but like if you notice you suck at something, you're like, oh great, now I have something I can improve on. Now I have something I can focus on. Now I have guidance. Because sometimes, I think for me, the worst feeling is when I draw something and I can't tell what's off about it. I can tell something's off, but I don't know what. And I don't have any guidance to like figure out, you know, because if I know, oh, the anatomy's off, like in the hips or whatever, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go study some hip anatomy or something to get better if I want. But now, I mean, my drawing's not really the best example, because when I draw something that's off, I just kind of accept it, because I'm not at a stage where I'm like trying to improve my drawing. I'm just kind of like letting it happen, because I recognize I'm at a point where I'm good enough that I'm happy and content. But but anyway, yes, if you do want to get better at something, the first thing to do is to recognize the parts you suck at and accept them, and be like, yes, I'm going to use this to guide me to figure out what I should work on. Yeah.
So, Pin, I would say this. When I was 19, I had no vocal training whatsoever, and I decided, all right, I'm going to become professional grade singer, because I wanted to write music. And I figured out that it would be a whole big hassle to find someone to sing my songs for me. So I said, I'm just gonna learn. I'm just gonna be a singer. And so I was in college at the time, but I had a 40-minute drive to go to college. And I started practice then. I would drive 40 minutes there, 40 minutes back, and during the time I would sing and I'd practice. And I think one of the major things that you have to get good at, to be good at singing, you have to get your ears good first.
Oh, yeah.
You have to be able to tell, like, if you're not into music, you might not know what this means, but you should be able to tell if you're 5 cents off. That's a measurement of how close you are to a note. And most people can't tell when you're 5 cents off. Most people, to 0 cents and 5 cents sounds like the same exact note. But if you get your ears good enough to start listening to yourself and listening to the music at the same time, and listening and like knowing how close you are to the note, that is the major skill, the most important foundational skill. And then everything else from there is attitude. I think if you can get, if you put yourself in a position where it's like, okay, I can sing pretty much any melody pretty good. It's like, okay, well then what do we want to work on? You want to work on your attitude. How do you sound when you sing that message? Is what you're saying catchy? Is the way you sing it catching to people and makes them listen? I mean, I always defer to Katy Perry. She's got such good attitude in her singing. I'm not a big Katy Perry fan, but she's a great example for someone to listen to and go, wow, yeah, she has a lot of attitude.
Very
the way
powerful.
She sings. Yeah. And there's all sorts of different, almost every famous singer has a quality about them that makes their singing attractive.
Even if they're not good at singing, something about their attitude or something they're putting forward is their tone, even.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. And so it's a lot of just spending time focusing on one thing at a time and just going, how do I nail this? So it's like, for me, one really good practice is to sit down at a piano or just type into Google play piano, play a note and hold it down and try to sing that note and sing it for many seconds, because you want to listen to what they call in physics the beat, which is really confusing in music, but it's this weird wah 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 wah. The closer you get to the note, the slower that sound vibe, that weird waving kind of sound, which will be volume increases and decreases because of physics. The closer you get to that note, the slower that goes. And the farther you get away from that note, the faster that wah 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 gets. And so if you just hold those notes and sing to them for 15 minutes a day, let's say, and it's not very long, you do that for a week, you're going to probably have trained yourself to to be able to listen and sing at the same time in such a way that you can
And
control.
don't feel bad if you cannot hear the difference
Yeah.
at first.
At first, yeah.
You
Just
know?
take your time and really just, yeah. If you can't hear the difference at first, that's okay. You'll get there.
I mean, I hear a lot of people say, if you want to learn how to sing, pick up learn an instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if you learn how to play the piano, you can definitely tell when you hit the wrong note
Mm-hmm.
in a song.
Yeah.
You know? So if you can train your ears to pick up that, then maybe you'll pick up your voice hitting the wrong note too.
Yeah.
If you can associate those sounds together. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's so much to say, but I'm not a vocal instructor. You asked a question. I try to give you my best.
Yeah, we're both not
And-
vocal.
And you did a
instructors.
great job, sweetheart.
Thank you. Ow, you too.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Did it hurt you, or did you just think that the sound sounded hurtful?
No, it didn't really hurt. I just felt it. A little spike. I felt a little spike.
Oh, no, sorry.
It's okay. Love you.
Love you.
Okay. Thank you. I feel better now. Dill Pickle says, I try my best to make sure the people around me stay well and make sure they feel their best while not forgetting about myself because you all matter. And you are all my homies. That's cute. That's lovely, Dill Pickle. Hello friends. Hi Mega King, welcome. Timothy. Hello. Hi Zay, welcome. Hi little sake or sake. Zay says, man, I gotta get back to producing stuff for Zay Clan Media. Been snoozing recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. Feel that.
Yeah, I should get back to Zayclan Media as well. I've been so lazy. I haven't done a single thing ever.
No, me neither. Yeah.
Oh, Beyonce. Yeah. That's right, Nyan.
Oh man, it is. I know this has nothing to do with anything we're talking about, but it is so hard to do anything for yourself, for me, because I have to be like, I don't know how you do stuff for your channel. Like, I don't know how you come up with ideas. For me, I'm like, for me to be able to do anything for my channel, I have to think of myself as my own biggest fan. Because my fans are not gonna create content for me. So, I have to be like the number one nyansai. I have to spend the most time doing nyansai stuff. I have to spend the most time watching nyansai stuff. You know what I mean? And creating.
Your fans love you so much. If you asked them to, they would.
No.
Just be like, guys, can you create stuff for my channel?
Yeah.
And everyone would contribute.
Oh my gosh.
And then you'd have something to put on your channel. And they would all feel happy about it. Because they'd be like, that's my work. I did that. I helped.
You know what's crazy? If the YouTuber exists, they didn't ever do anything except like one video, and everyone else, their community, just contributed to their entire everything.
And then they made money off of it.
Yeah.
what a crime. It feels like such a crime.
Yeah, because think about it. I look at my drawings the most because I'm drawing them.
Yeah.
No one sits there and looks at my drawing for like 2 hours.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Which has any of you guys sat there and looked at my drawing for like 2 hours straight?
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Live streams don't count.
No, you were technically right. Live stream right now.
Because you're not really paying attention
But
to
I
the
was gonna
art.
say, if you put that picture somewhere where you're forced to look at it, like on your desktop or something, you sort of do look at it over a long period of time more than the artist might.
Yeah. Which is why I want to make more consumable things. I never want to create an art piece just for the sake of creating an art piece. And I know that sounds awful, but no one appreciates art. Not even me. Like if I create a piece of art, I'm never going to look at it again. Or if I do, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I don't know, whatever. You know, I want to make consumable, useful things that people are forced to appreciate. It's very difficult. That's why I don't want to make animations for the sake of creating animations. I want to like animate to music or whatever. And it's super hard to come up with ideas. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So difficult. Anyway. But we're working on stuff together, right? We're working on stuff. I feel like I can't come up with anything on my own. I gotta kind of... It's not that I'm unable to. I just feel like I struggle so much with coming up with my own ideas. I have to like vampire off other people. Not vampire, but like I'm like, you! I want to draw everything for you! Here! Give me an idea so I can do something with myself.
Well, I mean, I can show you a lot of cases where you've come up with your own ideas, and you know that.
Well, I did these icons.
Yeah, that's a perfect example.
Yeah, but
I wanted to say
they're
this.
not like really impactful.
When we were trying to figure out, we decided we wanted to work on something together, but we weren't sure on what. And I was like, I don't know what, and then I thought about it, and I couldn't come up with anything, and I just said, why don't we just do this? It's easy it's right in front of us, it's obvious, we can just do it. And we didn't have any idea fleshed out for it, but we talked about it, and we came up with all sorts of different ideas for it together. And I think sometimes that's how it goes. You just pick something, and then you start creating ideas within it to flesh it out and see if it's possible, you know? Sometimes you just gotta pick something and be like, well, I'll pick this. Like the icons you just did. Like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna pick icons. And it's like, well, what should they look like? And then you did some research and you thought, oh, maybe this design, maybe that design. You tried a couple of things and you decided on something, you know? So sometimes I feel like in life, you just gotta make a choice and then make it work.
Yeah. I just can't imagine making like a anything. I know I do, but man, it's hard. It's hard. I think that's why I mostly do stuff for other people, because I just can't think of anything. Yeah. And again, I don't want to create art that's not consumable, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I don't want to just make art for the sake of making art. I want it to go with something like music or like products, so people can physically, you know, hold on to them, or like, you know, Anyway, or like I like to make them for a purpose. Like, I'm gonna do this for my stream, or I'm gonna do this for people to use. Anyway.
Bye, Alfonso. Sorry it's late.
I'm not saying I'm not creative, because like I can come up with stuff if I have an idea, like specifically someone else's idea. I'm like, oh great, you have an idea for this, I'll do all the other stuff, because I can always bounce off that idea, that very beginning thing, you know what I mean? But I can't seem to start. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway. I'm reading chat. But I have more. I'm making more stickers, right? But I don't want to only make merch.
They're really cute.
They are.
They're so cute.
I have about 3 months worth of stickers in the plannings, and some other stuff that I won't spoil.
I like stickers because they're art that someone puts on an object that they're probably already somewhat attached to or use, and then it's something that is in constant use in that way.
Yeah, I'm excited. One of my stickers that I'm making is good.
Really cute.
Yeah, it's very cute. I'm excited to use it.
because I know exactly what I'm gonna use it for. I'm gonna stick it. Yeah, but I don't want to only make products. I want to actually do stuff.
Yeah.
Like make cool stuff. You know? You know how it is, man?
I think that what you do already is cool.
Ah, I know. Yes, I make cool stuff. Okay. Well, I think the reason why I lead towards merchandise is my idea of like I want to make this art for a purpose. I want to make it useful.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make it usable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I remember you in the right from the beginning. The first time you released merch in this last year or whatever it was, you were just thinking, I just want everybody to have this.
Yeah.
I don't even. It's not about the money or the profit. I just really want everybody to have one of these because they're so cool, they're cute, they're nice, they feel cool to touch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Well,
And
I mean,
it's something physical that they get to experience.
yeah, I'm in a position right now where I'm not a big YouTuber or anything, so no amount of merchandise I make could ever make me a living.
Right.
So it's obviously, I mean, to me, it's obviously not for the money. Because, you know, I'm not making a living. I would make more at McDonald's.
Sure.
If I wanted to make money, I'd work at McDonald's. And it'd probably be easier because I'd have someone else telling me what to do instead of having to use my brain. I wouldn't eat, no. Yeah. I feel like using my brain is super hard. Thinking is hard. Yeah. But I enjoy it. I would rather think than not, you know? Right. It's just harder to do.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why not everyone's a content creator. 'Cause it's hard.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm so behind in chat. And they're still talking about authoritative parenting and stuff.
That was a while ago, huh?
Yeah.
That's alright.
Sharon says, do you have any advice on body image? Man,
Wow.
I feel like I'm really terrible at that because I've never had a body image issue. Like body. I've never had a body image issue. Have you ever had a body image issue? You don't have to share. I just don't know how to.
Well, sure. Yeah, but I
advise
don't
people
necessarily
in that.
know what context because that can mean a couple of different things. I would say
Okay, it's interesting because I know a girl who makes remarks that she's fat. She's not, but she says that all the time.
Sure.
And, well, at least I don't think that she is. Like, I've never looked at her and thought, oh, she's fat. Not once in my entire life have I ever looked at her and thought that.
This is
You
someone
know?
I know?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, it is. But
Okay.
we don't need to talk about it.
Then, yes.
Anyway.
They're not fat at all.
So, oh, yeah. I'm talking about a different girl.
Oh,
I think
okay.
girls just say it in general.
Yeah.
But a lot of girls have this problem where they're just saying, like, I'm fat, but they're not. Or maybe they are a little fat, but, like, it's weird that they focus on that to me. Because I never look at someone and judge their physicality. And I know that people who think that they're fat, sometimes, not always, not in every case,
But the specific person I'm talking about, whenever they look at someone else, they instantly judge them. They look at their body and they're like, that person's fat, or that person does this weird thing with where they twitch, or that person, like, they notice all their bodily features like instantly. Like, I remember this one person was like, hey, did you notice that this person like constantly twitches like their eye every time they say a certain word or whatever? And I'm like, no, I've never noticed that. Why? I'm like, okay, go ahead. You know,
amazing. Yeah.
or like they would be like, hey, that person's fat, and I'd be like, okay, like I'd never even noticed. And I look at them like it goes over my head. So I think that some people's minds are just focused on, and it's not just negative. They'll be like, whoa, that person looks really good, you know, or that person, like, their minds are just solely, like, not solely, but like very focused on people's physicality and people's looks. And I want you to realize that not everyone's mind is focused on people's looks.
Yeah.
At least not mine. Maybe everyone else's is, and I'm the only person who's like walking around like, oh, I never noticed that person had like a finger missing or I never noticed that person. Or like, if I do notice they have a scar, I don't like point it out. I'm like, okay, they have a scar. It's over my head already. I forgot about it. You know what I mean? Or like, things just really go over my head in terms of the like physicality really easily. Like,
yeah, everyone has different things to focus on.
So I'm not sure. I think maybe if you just focus less. I mean, it's hard. Obviously, if you're constantly focusing on your body.
It's true. You know? Like, what you said is true. Like, if you focus on something or focus on something less, it changes the way you look at the world around you completely.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're focused, this is completely different, but like, if you're focused on art, you will notice art all around you.
Oh, sure.
You will be more critiqueful of art. You'd be able to recognize that's good art, that's bad art, I don't like this, I don't like that, or whatever. If you focus on art, then you're going to see more art. If you focus on the color yellow, suddenly you'll see the color yellow everywhere and be like, oh, I don't like this shade of yellow, I like this shade of yellow, whatever. You know? So whatever you focus on, you might have struggles with, I guess, if you, but I don't know. I guess I just don't focus on it.
One of the primary issues of body image, you know, they said they have a body image problem. Well, okay. Yeah. What you're saying is, ultimately, and this is obvious, and you know this, all that you're saying is
you have a negative focus.
You're not what you want to be. And it's like you wish something about yourself that isn't the case. So, like, you know, people who say that they're fat, they're like, well, what they really mean to say is not that they're fat. What they really mean to say is they aren't the weight that they want to be. They want to be thinner. They want to weigh less. You know, maybe they don't even care to be thinner. They just want to get on the scale and see lower numbers. Who knows? Right? They're grading themselves based on the like a golf score. If they can get to 1, they win.
Scales are weird. Like, every time I get on a scale, it's like a different number. And like, different scales, I swear, they're not all the same. They don't weigh you the same. Sometimes they put on or take off, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Or if the floor is not perfectly straight. Like, if you have a carpet or a wiggly floor, the scales will give you different numbers.
I did this weird thing. I took my hand. Okay, so I had a scale in the bathroom, and I went onto it, and then I touched the door handle, and I assumed my weight would get less.
Yeah.
But when I grabbed the door handle, the weight increased.
Because you pushed down with your feet, like you leant.
Yeah, and I learned that when I grab door handles to turn them, I have a natural propensity to press up on the door handle to increase the ability to turn it, to pivot.
Oh, so you're using the weight of the door handle to weigh, the door.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm opening the door when I open the door, I actually end up pushing up on the door a little bit. And I was like, my weight went up when I opened the door. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just learned something about myself. That's so weird.
Okay, we're getting a little off track.
But yeah. So anyways, basically what you're saying is you want something and you're not that. And that's...
I think it totally depends. If you can't change it about yourself, like if you have like a missing finger or something, then you know what? You're gonna have to get around to accepting it sooner or later.
Either you have to change it, well, you don't have to. Either you can come to accept it or you can change it. But if you can't change it, then you just have to come to accept it or be upset with yourself for your whole life over something you can't even control, which is not very fair to you.
Yeah.
That's not very nice. And as time goes on, after you accept it, acceptance is the first step, because what comes after acceptance is slowly coming around to appreciate it. But you have to accept it before you can learn to appreciate it. And you might at this moment go like, how could anyone ever appreciate this quality about my image? That doesn't make any sense. No one looks out into the world and goes, oh, that's model material because I have this defect or something.
Material.
Yeah. Well, model material isn't the epitome of appreciation or affection.
That's what I'm saying.
So there are things that you will come to like about yourself if you at least first go, you know what? This is the way it is, and I accept that, and that is okay. It doesn't, like, this stuff is getting in the way of me doing better things.
Yeah.
Like, my focus on my body image is getting in the way of me socializing with people, or getting in the way with me chasing after this dream because I'm spending too much time focusing on something I can't change.
I watched this video, now I remember, I watched this video on YouTube maybe a few months ago about this girl who made a channel for losing weight, to encourage herself to lose weight, because her mom and all her friends told her she would look more pretty if she lost weight, you know, so they were kind of just enabling this really bad mindset, you know. So she makes this channel and she loses weight and then she can't keep it off, you know, and she gets really upset, depressed. It kind of cycles over and over again. And eventually she like kind of has a breakdown. And she's having breakdowns all the time, but I just mean like a very big breakdown. And she goes, okay, I don't care what happens to me, I'm going to lose this weight. So she's like running until her feet are bleeding. You know, she's like literally hurting herself so much every day to get this weight off. And she gets it off. And she has like this 6-pack and she's like really skinny and she looks great. She says she looks great anyway. And she's super proud of herself. And then she's like, wow, as a reward, I'm just going to relax and such. And the thing is, to keep that weight that she had, she would have to do those horrible things every single day. She would have to hurt herself, make her feet bleed like every day for the rest of her life to keep it like that, you know? And it's not realistic. So anyway, she was just like, she gained it back eventually because she was kind of like pleased with herself, and she's like, yeah. And then she got really upset again, and she's like, wow, even though I lost all that weight, I didn't feel good about myself still. You know, it still didn't fix my problem. You know what I mean? And yeah,
that's real.
Yeah, and she's like, she just accepted herself, like what you said. She accepted herself, and she just ignores the comments her mom makes about her being pretty when she's skinny or whatever. She's just like, whatever. She loves herself for herself and such. It's a good video. Yeah. I couldn't relate to a single thing in it, but I think it's like an important video. You know what I mean? It was lovely.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know what it was called. I wish I could link it to you so you could watch it. Maybe it would help you. Anyway. But yeah. She accepted herself in the end. She was happy eventually.
Yeah, that's a lovely story.
Yeah.
And
it was lovely.
Telling.
She did a great job. Timothy Lau says, but does money buy happiness? That's the question. I think if your only problem is money in your entire life, then yeah, maybe it'll make you feel more happy if you had it, but depends what kind of problem you have with money, I guess, you know? So, I think you can buy security, and security can kind of lead to happiness if you're really poor and you live in a really dangerous place, or you can't afford food or whatever, then yeah, money could probably buy you at least that much.
Buy
You know,
your way out of it, yeah.
safety and food and shelter,
Yeah.
you know? But that's kind of the extent of it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I agree.
Yeah. Oh, but I mean, it feels really good to give money to other people. Like, you have money,
Sure.
and now you're like, wow, I can employ people. I can give people
Yes,
their
that's
livelihood. Man, that's like a dream of mine.
Yeah.
Like, I would
Me too.
love to give people money so they could just like live.
No, me too.
I mean, but I don't want to take away their, because when people get reliant on someone, they become
Complacent.
depressed.
Oh yeah, and depressed. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want them to rely on me just like for no reason. I want them to do, like, I want to pay them for them to do what they love. Like, if they really love to do art, I would love to pay them to just like exist and do art. That would make me so happy. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe I would just pay people, like, I would just donate to people online. Like,
Mm.
oh, I like your art. I'll give you some money.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. I like seeing people doing things that they love
Mm-hmm.
and that they're good at.
Yeah.
I guess that they love. So I would like to. It would make me happy to support people in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So money can buy you happiness if it's
Yeah.
giving all of your money away to
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah.
That's great.
I
like
think
that.
I think giving money to people would make me happy. Yeah. I mean, so we do. We give money every week,
Yeah.
and we feel happy, pleased with ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Even when I don't have any money, giving money away makes me feel happy.
Yeah. Absolutely. Agreed. Agreed.
Okay. Reads the chat. Sharon says, I do think you need to have enough financially to survive in order to be happy. It's kind of difficult because sometimes you can be completely broke and in like a lot of debt and be really unhappy, but then another time you could be in the same position financially and be really happy.
Mm-hmm.
I said unhappy first, right? You can be unhappy or happy is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
It kind of depends on your environment and yourself a little bit as well. Yeah, definitely it depends on your environment as well. Because if you're like financially broke and in debt, but you have other people around to help you out, like they give you food or shelter or whatever, then you're gonna be a lot less stressed, as if you were like about to lose your house, or if someone else is depending on you and you don't have money or whatever. Yeah. So lots of different scenarios there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Flan says, I think for singing, finding your style and most comfortable tone for your voice is really important. I agree with the style thing. I think finding your own style is so super important. You already said that, but like, yeah.
Well, no, I didn't. Not quite. I think that's right, though.
Yeah, you meant you said attitude.
Yeah,
but
attitude.
style for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Aesthetics is so important. You know, so important. I mean, like, when I say aesthetics, I mean like listening. I know aesthetics means visual, but like listening aesthetics.
Yeah, sure.
Needs to sound really cool.
Audibly pleasing. instead of
Audibly pleasing,
aesthetically
yes.
pleasing. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, as for the body image thing, I think people have this misconception that beauty brings you the best in life or happiness. You know, if I was just beautiful, people would treat me better, or if I was beautiful, then I would be happier or whatever. But I don't think any of that stuff is true. I think you can be an ugly mug and have, like, the best life ever. You know what I mean?
Well, without a doubt.
Yeah. And think you look cool, even. So, I don't know.
Your image does not get in the way of the great things you can do with your life.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And, yeah. Jeez.
Ryan sang into a giant cardboard box for months on end, says Diana.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
I love listening to you sing.
Aww,
And I love when you
I love
sing.
listening to you sing.
I love when you sing a bad note, because I'm like, oh, help me.
Yeah, and then I'll try like,
You'll be like, oh no, I'm
fix it.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'll be like, no, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you are not scared to sing badly.
We do it all the time.
Yeah. I think people have this impression that people who sound good, who sing good, like in the studio, always sing good.
Yeah, sing good 100% of the time.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone sings good 100% of the time.
Yeah.
As a singer.
Yeah. And same with artists, to be honest. Like, I don't draw good all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I draw and I'm like, what is that? Sometimes I'm genuinely confused by what I draw. I'm like, what just happened there? I shouldn't be drawing this bad at this level.
Yeah.
I should know better. Why is her thumb backwards? I don't know.
Why is her thumb backwards? How did that get on there?
I haven't
Why
made
does
that
she have
mistake
a
in a long
thumb on
time.
her pinky? It's coming out the side of it. What is going on?
Oh my gosh.
Was this a spoon or was it an octopus? I can't tell.
I
I just was drawing something here.
I'm really bad at drawing feet.
Yeah.
So, like, I always blobs. They're like so hard. They were like really long hands. But like, imagine drawing a hand like facing your face, but like flat. You know, there's this thing on Twitter where people are trying to draw hands like flat and like in weird angles, and that's literally what it's like drawing a foot for me.
Yeah.
Because it's just a long hair like that.
That's hard.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, Yan Temple says Beyonce is a singer. Yeah, see that? Isn't that impossible to draw?
I'm just trying to see what it looks like. I think that's possible.
No.
You could. The thing is, if you try to draw this in anime style or anything, most styles, you'd look at it and be like, I can't tell what that's supposed to be.
Yeah, you wouldn't even be able to tell.
You wouldn't be able to tell at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can only tell what it is out of context of like, oh, it's the color of something like skin and oh, there's an arm attached to it.
Is it a foot?
Is it a foot? Yeah.
Yeah, Beyonce is a great singer. I like listening to her music, I guess, every now and then. Once in a blue moon.
Mm-hmm. That's a great one.
I appreciate it.
Maybe so far.
Oh yeah, I'm behind.
It's okay. Take your time.
I'm sorry.
No, I think you're almost caught up.
Okay. Pinbreaker says, I feel motivated on singing now. I will probably have to improve on my inner self to see where I'm at. But yeah, Static P and Young, thanks for the information. I will remember this in my heart. That's great. I will have to also improve my heart as well. My inner self.
And yeah, me and my heart and my singing all need improvement.
Because every time I try to sing, I will cry. Or like run away or be like, no, I got it.
Every time I try to sing, I go, oh yeah, I can't go that high anymore. I need to practice. Like literally.
Poor Humvee. You need to practice all day today. High notes only.
Wow.
Your voice will probably be shot.
Yeah, That's how I used to practice, though. I used to practice until my voice was shot.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not healthy, is it?
And it was for me.
Okay, great.
It wasn't a bad deal, but they I don't know of anyone that recommends that.
Yeah, I remember distinctly going so high that I broke my voice a few times. Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know, have you ever felt that sensation of your voice going and then it just stays there? Yeah.
No. No, that sounds horrible. That sounds horrible.
I've done that. Maybe that's why my voice is so high.
Oh, man.
It just stayed there. I don't know.
It's like you cramped the muscle.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
tore it and
Yeah.
oh.
Don't force it.
Oh,
Don't break your voice.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Yeah. Okay. My beautiful voice is the result of breaking it many times.
Yeah.
Do not do it. I don't actually know that. I'm just jerking. Okay. I'm jerking. Jerking.
Jerking.
Jerky.
It's the Australia that's coming out. It's the jerking.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Mega King 335 says we're willing to work a 40-hour week for nyansai content.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic, guys. Get to work.
Get to work. On what? I don't know. You figure it out. You figure it out and you make it. Thanks.
For your contributions, you will get split between you with 10% of nyansai's income.
Oh wow. That's nice.
Oh no. It's like a 50 cents.
Yeah. That would cost more to ship all of this. Or to deal with all the finances and stuff.
Yeah, it would cost more in PayPal. What's it called? PayPal
Transactions or
fees?
Fees. Yeah.
It would cost more in PayPal fees than I would pay them.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's funny. Pinbreaker says, I seen a couple of your art and was inspired to draw like you one day. Oh, so nice. Thank you. I hope that you draw exactly like me one day, and then people won't be able to tell the difference between our artworks. They'll be
then you can make original content for us again,
Yeah.
and then
It all comes back around.
Kidding.
And then you can say you're nyansai, and then I'll be like, no, I'm nyansai, and then you'll be like, no, I'm nyansai, and then I'll be like, oh man, you guys believe me, right? And then everyone will be like, no, we believe this other person that clearly says they're nyansai. And then I'll be like, oh no, and then they'll be like, you're the fake one. I'll be like, oh no, I'm the fake nyansai. This happened before.
Yes, I know that. This is a
I
real
once
story.
had an impersonator. I once had this impersonator who was like impersonating my voice, and in my opinion they didn't sound like me, but whatever. And they had lots of friends, and their friends knew them as nyansai, and I think they even dated some of them. Yeah. And then so I was like, okay, I need to fix this, I need to sort this out. So I find this nyansai's friends, or they find me, and they're like messaging me like, hey, what's up, girl, it's been a while, whatever. I'm like, hey, who are you? And I'm like, I talk to them on Skype, and I'm like, hey, and they're like, hey, and I'm like, that nyansai you're talking to is not nyansai. And they're like, you don't even sound like nyansai. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you don't even sound like nyansai.
Yeah.
And they didn't believe that I was nyansai. They thought the person they were talking to was nyansai. I'm like, I literally just talked to you with my account. And they're like, am I being pranked right now? I'm like, no. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That actually happened. And then I talked to the actual nyansai impersonator. I would not do this again. Don't try to impersonate me, because I'm not gonna talk to you. But I talked to her, and I can't even remember.
Wow.
I can't even. She blocked me.
Yeah. She's like, you're not the real nyansai.
I'm the real nyansai.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. People have asked me if I'm the real Steady P before, and it's funny because it's like, if I was lying, I would just lie and say yes, and if I'm telling the truth, I will say yes. So, and at some point, I can be like, okay, here, go ahead and message me on Twitter or YouTube or something, and I'll respond with like this sentence, and then they'll do it and be like, holy crap, you're the real one. It's like, yeah, okay, but
oh man,
yeah, it's so silly.
I'm
sorry, that's awful.
It was the you don't even sound like nyansai for me.
You don't even sound like nyansai. You're like,
that's because they're so used to talking to the other nyansai that they're associate their voice. Oh my gosh, it was so silly.
Wow. People are terrible and crazy and amazing and awful and great.
I thought it was ridiculous. I thought it was funny.
That
I was
is
just
funny.
like, this is ridiculous, you guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, what a fun time. Yeah. Pinbreaker says, animation takes diligence, patience, a sense of mind, and thinking. Animation does take a while. With most of your time, I get that because I'm a student animator, and I see how animators work their art. I love animation. I wish I could do more. I just can't justify spending the time on it.
You don't like editing that much.
Oh, I hate edit. No, I'm not talking about puppeting. I mean like frame by frame animation.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I don't mind puppeting. I just don't like editing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like adding text and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of hate editing because I'm a perfectionist at editing.
Yeah.
Maybe I hate it because I care about it. I don't know. Care about the outcome. It's very frustrating to edit. Scream at my camera, throw my computer out the window. Anyway, but yeah, frame by frame animation. I would like to do a music video that is all black and white animation. Just like literally no colors, all sketches, sketched animation, the whole thing.
Okay,
so then I don't have to spend like 50 years animating the colors and the line art. Total waste of time.
True.
And it looks good when it's a sketch.
Yeah.
People like that stuff.
Yeah, I like sketches.
So that's what I want to do. Just saying. Just saying.
You know that Take On Me video?
Oh, Take On Me.
Yeah.
Take on me.
Yeah, that's the whole sketch.
Yeah.
And then also real life.
Yeah, that's what they call rotoscoping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Actually, I've done a bit of rotoscoping, kind of.
Really?
But not traced directly, but like more like how Disney used to do it. Like Disney used to kind of trace over. Like they would shoot the whole movie with with actors, and then they'd redraw the scenes. I've kind of done that before, which was fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
Rotoscoping usually doesn't turn out as...
No.
It's not this...
As choppa.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah. Well, you have
in
to...
my opinion.
You can do it well. You just need to know how to do it.
Yeah.
You need to freehand some stuff.
Yeah.
To make a good rotoscope. Anyway. Okay. I feel like I'm about to fall asleep. This is the longest stream I've ever done.
Wow, Captain Catagon.
What did they say?
He said, wow, nyansai, you got to speak to the actual nyansai.
Oh my goodness.
Awful.
Okay. Oh goodness. You know what's crazy? They were making nyansai content. Like they were making video. They could have just made their own channel.
Wow.
They could have just made. They would have done better than me.
Wow.
They could have just been someone else, but no, they had to be me. That's so strange. They could have done so well on their own.
Yeah. Weird.
Whatever. They were good at talking to people, clearly, because they had a bunch of friends.
And a couple of boyfriends, too.
A couple of boyfriends.
Wow.
Oh, goodness. Catagon.
Hey, who knows? Maybe they did start over one day and make their own stuff.
Yeah, maybe they're one of the holo girls.
Yeah. Maybe.
You know what? I hope so. I hope they learned that they don't need to be
Yeah.
me.
That's right.
They can be way popular by being themselves.
That's right.
Yeah, good for them. Catagon says you should try doing community suggestions where you let your fans choose a prompt or something. You could set up a poll on YouTube or Discord, or just let people submit suggestions. Listen, guys. Okay, hear me out here. I know what you guys want. You probably want me to do some Minecraft, or you want me to like collab with like the Anime Man or something, or you want me to do who knows what, or play scary games. But listen, hear me out. I don't want to do none of that stuff. I want to be original. I want to come up with original content and stuff that I want to kind of build my foundations and such. So, you can suggest things if you want, but I probably won't do them because I don't want to make videos that other people are making. I don't want to be on the trend wagon. And I don't really want to do YouTube to be popular. You know what I mean? It's not like I want to grow my audience. It's not like I want to be successful on YouTube. It's not like I want to make $1 million on YouTube. I mean, I want to make $1 million, but that's just kind of like a disconnected reality thing. Like, I don't actually want to put the effort into making that, but I just want it to just appear.
Yeah.
Like, one day I just want to wake up with $1 million and be like, cool.
Now it's like life. It's great.
Yeah, now I can just do silly things for the rest of my life. I can just not even think about anything.
Yeah, it's
no
like
thoughts.
now I don't have to worry about the finances of like sending everybody mail. I can just send everybody mail.
Yeah, I could literally I would make so much different merchandise. I would sell like t-shirts for like a loss and I would ship them out.
Yeah.
I would sell everything at a loss.
Uh-huh.
If I had $1 million. Oh, that's probably bad for the economy.
Who knows? Yeah.
I would just be like, oh man, shipping, who cares? I'll hire someone to
It's actually
ship
brilliant
everything.
though, because if you sold shirts, if you hit $1 million,
Yeah.
and then you just sold shirts with your like tagline on it or whatever.
Oh my goodness.
You know, something that was associated with you.
Yeah.
For like basically free. All of a sudden everyone would be buying shirts from you because it's the cheapest way to get shirts. People would tell their friends, like, you know, if you want a shirt, you can just go here. It's like easy, like blah blah blah. And so people would be buying shirts from you for basically free, and you would ruin the market, and everyone would have your stuff. And then
they'll go to me instead of Walmart.
And then when you lose $1 million, you're so famous you can do anything and gain $1 million back.
Oh, so I'll do the whole Amazon thing.
Yeah.
Sell at a loss and then eventually take over, monopolize, and charge more. Wow, genius.
Yeah.
I'm actually a genius under all this.
It's great.
I wouldn't even sell them. I would just ship them to people unexpectedly.
That's right. Oh yeah.
I would go around town just handing everyone. And they'd be like, I don't even want this. I'd like use up the earth's materials and fill the landfills and everything. It's great.
With your shirts. Oh my gosh. That's great.
Oh, I'd be such a menace. Yeah. I guess they would have to be, what's the word? Decomposable.
Yeah.
But then they wouldn't last.
Yeah, no, you want it so that when, like, 20 billion years after the Earth is destroyed and some alien species or us come back to planet Earth, and they just find a bunch of your shirts and go, what's the story?
Yeah, and then they'll wear them.
Why there's so many of these kind of shirts.
And then they'll find out that I just had $1 million and I just went for it, you know? Yeah. That's great. What a story.
Yeah.
No, I mean, financial security would be super awesome.
Yeah.
Having like $1 bajillion would be super awesome. Because then I could just be like, yeah, I'm going to make video about my sock. Or I'm going to make a merchandise and not have to worry about shipping. Yeah, that's great.
You're learning that. Great.
Oh goodness. Okay. Let's read chat. Um. Neon Temple says a typical React streamer is a perfect meme mill. Yeah, that's something I don't want to do with my life. Just sit there and watch videos all day and react to it, and then other people sit there and watch my videos all day and react to it, and then I'm just like, what is the point of that? I'm like not giving anything to the universe. That's what I feel like.
Sure.
Yeah, I would not feel satisfied doing that. Yeah.
Although I do have an appreciation for the people that watch a bunch of YouTube videos, find the good ones, and share them.
Sure.
But
I guess I
have
just
an appreciation
I don't watch
for
that.
it, but I would never want to do that.
Yeah, I don't watch that. I want to make the videos that they're reacting to, I guess.
Oh.
You know?
Not some of them.
No, actually, I changed my mind. You know what? I thought they would react to like good videos, but they usually react to the silly ones, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although some of them are really cool.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Girl, I'm tired.
Yeah. I'm tired too.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Reads chat, scroll down. Scroll down. Are you part British? Sorry if I'm guessing your nationality. I just noticed the way of how you're speaking. So, I grew up with very with a bunch of different nationalities around me and different accents, and unconsciously, I suppose, I don't know why I'm the only one who picked up on them, because I have I have siblings and they did not pick up strange accents like I did.
They're just full-blown Australian.
Yeah, they're like, oh, g'day, mate. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. What have you done to me?
G'day,
What
mate.
is this treacherous accent?
And they'll be like, oh, they'll say something. I'll be like, what does that mean? They're like, are you even Australian? You don't even know what this means? I'm like, no. They're like, oh, my rucksack and stuff. Whatever. Oh no. What is that? Where is that coming from? Can you please answer this?
I can, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Please, yeah.
Yeah. Now me tell. Okay. Anyway, I'm not British. I'm Australian. But I did grow up with some British influence and such. So, yeah. What?
I answered it maybe, or maybe I pressed hang up, but when I put the phone to my ear, there was nothing.
Okay, so they didn't.
They hung up the instant.
Okay, no worries.
It's not swipe up to answer, and it's swipe down. I don't know.
That's okay, no worries. Here we go. I'll have a look. Oh, it's Maltman.
Okay, do you want me to call him
No.
back? Oh no, it's Moldman?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Maltman. Yeah, we contacted a bunch of mold removal services to remove our mold. Yeah.
Yeah, we already got someone coming out, so.
Yeah. So now they're all calling us like, we'll take care of your mold. And we're like, okay, but we already figured that out, thank you. Uh-huh. Oh my goodness, there's lots of nyansai tags here. Suggs says, I've been thinking about this all day, but if I take a 4-hour nap, wake up, and then take another 4-hour nap, does that mean I still get 8 hours of sleep?
No. Collectively, yes, but no, your body will not get the same benefits as getting 8 hours sleep if you get 4 and 4. But everyone's body is different too. Some people can like live off sleeping 30 minutes every 2 hours or whatever. But not everybody. Certainly not me. I've tried that. I think it's called polyphasic sleeping or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And like I tried the whole like sleeping 30 minutes, wake up for 2 hours, sleeping or whatever it was, and it was horrible. It was very, very awful. Oh, you're too close to the mic, sorry. The audacity. They were ahead of the time making nyansai content for nyansai. You should collab with Static P. He's a really cool YouTuber. Actually, we have a few collabs already, don't we, honey? Yes, wifey, we do have some collabs already. Really? Yeah, we do. And we're also...
I was reading chat.
It's
I didn't
okay.
hear you.
Sweetheart. Honey, I forgive you.
Thank you.
I love you, and I forgive you.
Thank you. Yes, we have some collabs.
We have some in progress, too.
In progress.
Oh.
We have some that are not in progress because they're already finished, and we have some that are in progress because they're not.
They're not finished.
Yeah, well, that's the way it works, I guess. Huh?
And we have some that's not started.
Yeah. Probably. That's gonna be true for a very long time because.
Yes.
Yeah. There will always be ones that are not yet started, possibly.
Yes.
Unless we decide we never work again together, but we can't see happening.
Okay. Video idea, Nyansai survival guide. How to survive the apocalypse as an artist, part 6. Yeah, I think that I would not know. I think I'd give bad advice. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I'm becoming the next economist. OMG, I love Nyansai merch apparel. Okay. Okay. Great. Love you guys. What?
Did we do it?
Yeah, we did it. Good job, everyone. We finally caught up to chat. We're gonna end the stream now. Thank you for the longest stream in history. Good night. Thank you for joining us today. We had a lot of fun. We talked about a lot of things. And if you want these desktop icons, you can go get them on Coffee. And you know what? If you just message me on Discord, I'll probably give them to you for free. But just don't tell anyone that. Okay, much love.
Announce it in the most public way possible.
Much love. See you later. See you probably again this week, hopefully. Good night. See ya. Thank you for joining. See ya. Bye.